the one, the only, the ugly guy with the beard, Mad Montreal Man. And of course, you're here to catch the full episode this week. And I will give you a heads up, there are no guest hosts this week. It's just me, but we have enough to talk about today, enough things to review to make it interesting and worthwhile for you. So, the first thing I want to talk about tonight, even though I don't normally collect these, I'm not a big thing about it, I do watch a lot of anime. And I don't collect these statues. I mean, to me, I like action figures, as you can tell. But every now and then an anime comes along that I just can't help but fall in love with. Especially if it's an anime that I enjoyed watching with my daughter, Nika. And because of that, I sort of bent my rules when it comes to toys. So I'm talking about the anime Spy X Family. And I don't normally buy statues because to me it's like, it's just a little statue. But I bent my rules and I picked this up. So what do you say I take it out of the package, come back, and we'll talk about it some more. Well, here it is out of the package. I have to admit, the detail on these little statuettes or figurines is amazing. It honestly feels like I'm looking at a still from the actual cells. It's amazing. Now that I have one of these for my own collection, I can actually say that I can see the appeal. I can see why my daughters like having these, especially, I know pink's not a color I normally like, but this character is so adorable. And I said previously, the amount of detail that goes into these things is, I'm actually impressed. And I can see why, there are people out there, quite a lot of them, who collect these, because there is an appeal to this. I can see myself putting this on a bookshelf just to have it sit there and just be like a statue. So yeah, I do recommend these. If you've never seen the anime, it's a brilliant anime. It's sort of set in a European type context where basically this major spy has a cover, makes an arrangement with a hired assassin, and as part of the cover, they pretend to adopt a little girl. And there's also a dog as well. I love the anime. I can't wait for the next season. And this one is so... watch the anime. You will see what I mean by this character. You want to talk about a well-designed character, a well-written character? This is it. And it's sort of set in that sort of Cold War period of Europe, but it's not really our world. But yeah, I actually do recommend, if you want an anime to watch, Spy X Family. And I can see myself getting more of these type of things in the future because, yeah, I now see the appeal. It's not a toy, it's a statue. It's something you would just put on display, basically showing your support for something like this. So that's it for that. Now, our next segment, of course, is going to feature me. Don't mind me, I'm just looking at Jack trying to do something weird with one of the... Hey, welcome back. Shelves here. Well, as I was saying, this is something I definitely can see myself collecting more of, and I do recommend it. I recommend watching the show. Will I go crazy and start a major collection of these? No. Just every now and then, if I see one that has an appeal that I like, I will pick up. I must admit, her in her assassin garb would be a nice statue I wouldn't mind having in my collection. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this little look at an anime statue. So next, we're going to be looking at, guess what? We're going to go to the Vintage Corner. Hey, welcome back. As you know, this is the Vintage Corner part of the show. As you can tell, that's right. I decided to pull out my collection, and I've got a lot of these. One of the things I liked about these when I started collecting them, apart from having to play the video game in an arcade, yes, I'm that old, was these guys are extremely posable. They're extremely well built. I'm not going to go into detail and, pull out every single one because, frankly, I've got quite a lot of them in here. And the nice thing about it, too, is they did variants. Ooh, lots of variants. There's different sizes as well. There's slightly different formats. There's some that are more than 6, some to 7. But the reason why I liked these back in those days, of course, you have such wonderful face sculpts, such as that. I mean, the details are amazing. And you have to admit, if you went to the arcades back in the day, you probably played this game and you started liking characters. The characters were very interesting. They're nice and well designed. Yeah, some of them are typical Japanese animated style designs. But when you got a villain like this guy here, I mean, it was a fun game to play. It was a fun game to collect. I still every now and then pick up one of these when I see them, even though there are a few that I am kind of embarrassed by because, yeah, what were they thinking? I don't know. So if there's any one in specific you want me to review, let me know, because if I have it in my collection, I will definitely do a special on this. And I will most likely down the road also as well do a special on these characters, this collection. It'll be a sort of a look at a lot more of them in detail. But that's pretty much it for the Vintage Corner, because we got some other things we need to look at today. And I've got, like I said, quite a few of these that I need to put away now. This is why I need shells. I need lots of shells. But no, these are great. And as you can see, they don't need stands. They just pretty much stand on their own. They do have large feet, which is nice. There are some things about these that I sort of worry about, is like, for example, the hair can be slightly fragile. But yeah, these are so this is the wonderful vintage collection. And I do know they still make these. They make, actually, I've seen a lot of different versions of them. For example, when I did the Turtles versus arcade ones, they had different versions of some of these guys. But for me, this is the collection. This is the ones that I just like having around. It's one of those collections that when you actually just start looking at them, I mean, really start looking at them, you realize there's a lot of thought and care put in. Okay, maybe not something that's, like a Hulk ripoff, but who cares? It's a different character anyway. But the detail. Now I'm going to just put the box out of the way for a second. But when you look at the detail, I mean, it feels like you're in the game. You can actually feel like they definitely studied the source material and did a good job with it. So that's it for the Vintage Corner, and stay tuned. We got something that might shock a few people that we're going to open up. Be back to you shortly. Well, as you can tell by the hint I'm wearing, once again, McFarlane has dwelled into the Batman universe. But we're not doing Batman specifically today. No, we're going to be doing The Abyss. This wonderful collector's piece, as you can see. And I don't want to get into showing the boxes because I'm not that kind of guy. But we're not just going to do him. We're also going to do the Platinum Abyss. That's right. I'm going to open up a supposedly rare Abyss. The ones that, oh no, keep them in package. You know me. It's coming out of the package. And now that I've said that, let's cut away and we'll be right back. All right, so I got him out of the package. Now, I have to admit, I have no real idea who this Abyss character is. I know he's an enemy of Batman from a storyline that Batman had to team up with a mysterious benefactor from Batman Inc. But I do think, overall, it is a really well-designed character. They actually do seem to be working. Now, I know that when I picked these up at GameStop, my buddy Casey preferred the one that's black and gray and purple. Well, I basically had to pick up both, of course. But that's enough of me just doing the close-ups. Let's get back to what's really important. All right, so the nice thing about the Collector series is, of course, you get the really good card stands. And I actually do like the way these actually stand up nicely. In this case, I can put them back to back. And it makes for like a nice little divider on the shelf. I still need to get more shelves, mind you. But if we look at the figures. Now, if you've read the comic book, tell me about it. Now, let's go into details about it. The sculpt on these, I think, is amazing. It does have that new plastic smell, mostly because of the rubber cape. I do like the color scheme. The black, the gray, the purple. This definitely screams a creature of the night. The details are amazing. Posability is fantastic. It's stiff, but then again, like most collections, it's going to basically go on the shelf. That's where it's going to sit. But I have to admit, I'm now curious about the comic book. I'm now curious about exactly the details about this character. It does seem a little bit taller than most characters, but I think that's part of it, because I do think it is a bit taller than your average. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit taller, which is fine by me. Now, as for I gather this is the one that appeared in the comic books, or that one was. No, this is the gold platinum one. I have to admit, my buddy Casey was right. I find the color scheme on the purple, black, and gray is more of a creature of darkness. This one, I'm thinking more of like Scarecrow. I mean, the details are amazing. As you can see, the chest, rib pieces are painted well. The face mask is painted well. The scythe, the double scythe, goes into his hands extremely easily. I didn't have any problems with that today. I have no problems with any of the joints on these. But overall, I'm kind of happy I picked them up. They do make for like a Brothers Grimm type theme. But yeah, I'm happy I got them. If you see them, I do recommend picking these up. Because I actually, even if you don't, I'm not a fan of the Batman toys, just to have this sort of like evil Grim Reaper, modern Grim Reaper in your collection, was something I do recommend. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But the show is not going to end there. No. Let's put the Grim Reapers off to the side, because it's a sort of Batman themed show. I have something. Yes, I have something. I only managed to get one of these. Something that is going to drive those. Keep it in the box. All right. Man. Now, hold on. The show's not over. No, it's not. Because I picked something up. And there only are 5,700 of this action figure out there. That's it. They're not making any more. It is a Batman, as you can tell by the show. Now, I picked this thing up because I couldn't get the Build-A-Figure. I'm still missing 2 of them to build a figure with a regular version of it. But I did pick up this gold label, authenticated, limited edition, Merciless, the Batman from Earth 12. As you can tell, it's still sealed in package. And for those collectors who freak out every time someone like me takes something like this out of package, well, just stay tuned, because I'm going to take it out of the package. Yeah, I'm that crazy. Okay, he's not quite out of the package yet. I just want to show you how well these gold label Platino ones are. Look how well packaged that is. So I'm going to cut away again. Cut all those wonderful little rubber things off. I really hate those rubber little plastic things that drive me crazy, but that's how they secure them. And I'll be back in a moment with the Merciless. All right, so we got them out of the package. As you can see, the color scheme is this sort of like gray, bronze green, but the detail is, I'm actually impressed. Now I know the Build-A-Figure was mostly a blue Merciless, but I kind of find that the look of this one has more of a mystique to it. It has a bit more of a charm in some way. And this is one of the rare times I can actually say this. I didn't need the base. Now, he's a little top heavy, but if you stand him just right, the ankles hold up perfectly well, and he can stand on his own. Well, as you can see, the detail is amazing. I mean, front, back, they didn't miss on the detail. The detailing is actually, I'm impressed. Weight-wise, I think it weighs more than the Lobo that came with the Space Hog. Now, he is a stiff figure. The joints are stiff. Because of the build, there's not exactly a lot of range. Like, the shoulders don't go up much. But who cares? Let's be honest. If you have him, you're going to put him on the show in a proud center spot of your Batman area. And I'm happy with him. Now, another thing, too, I think it's a miracle. I think McFarlane's finally listening. Now, it's not quite the thick base I would be recommending or something more stylized, but at least it's not just a typical flat disc base. No. It actually has a different logo for once. I'm impressed. So, yeah, I know you're expecting a bit more with this episode tonight. I'm not as funny. Oh, sorry. But I just thought I wanted to talk about a couple of different things. That's what the whole point of the show was, to share my wonderful enjoyment of not only just toys, but anime as well, and of course some of the rarities that I find, because these are fun to have. I mean, this is the whole point of collecting. It makes you feel good. It's something to be proud of when you have a nice large collection. And until I'm homeless, which hopefully I can avoid, I'm going to keep on collecting. I'm going to keep on showing these videos with you. So I'm going to keep on asking you to hit that like and subscribe. Share the videos. Let's get the word out there, because I have to admit, it would be nice if I could just do this for a living full time. It would be nice. It's not going to happen, but it would be nice. Come on, it'd be nice. Now, a teaser for next week, because, you know, might as well give you a teaser for next week. This is a short episode anyway. Longer than a short, but not quite as long as some of the overly long episodes I've done. But next week, because I was waiting for this one, the pre-order finally came in. Next week, so you gotta stay tuned next week for, of course, Batman Beyond and Justice Lord Superman. We'll be opening this guy up next week on the show. And of course, there'll be some other things as well. And as usual, during the week, look forward to our shorts. There will be no short tomorrow. So Saturday, there's no short. There probably will be a short on Sunday or maybe Monday. Because as you know, going off topic completely, but if you've been watching the channel, you know I have not worked in over a month now. Bills are piling up. I need to find work. I need to find an income. I need to pay rent. So the next couple of days, it's the weekend, I know, but the weekend I normally spend sort of like a bit more time. That was me. It wasn't him. It was me. On the weekends, I like to spend a bit more time, not only getting stuff done around the house, but also looking at the jobs that are available and making my applications, so that on Monday I don't have a massive amount of applications due. I space them out over the couple of days. Plus the fact there's a lot of applications you look at and you go, oh, I don't want that. But knock on wood, I will have a gainful employment again before the end of February. I kind of have to get gainful employment before the end of February, because if not, it's going to be really fun come March. Yeah. Not working sucks. Collecting toys doesn't. And on that note, once more, thank you for watching the show. Thank you for encouraging other people to collect. And yes, they do call it an addiction, but it's a healthy addiction. Because guess what? Unless this collapses on me and I die, haha, Larry would like that. But no, this is not at health risk. It's not. So that's why I recommend to people always collect something you enjoy, like toys, books, anime. Even people out there who collect baseball cards. I don't quite get that. But that's it. I rambled on just enough for tonight. I need still to get this thing up on the web, on the wonderful internets. Yeah, internets. I'm losing it today. I'm tired. It's been a long week, very cold. The weather, it's winter. It's Canada. We have rain on top of snow now. Yeah. But the good thing is I have you, my wonderful subscribers, my friends, and I've got the Merciless at last. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.